So it's been what, 4 or 5 days since the ICE shooting, and I wanted to get everybody's perspective on it before I made a video on this. And so far, I haven't seen anybody make this kind of a video or take it from this perspective, but I'm going to take it from a pure tactical perspective, since I am a self-defense firearms instructor. Okay. I don't believe that she intended to kill him. Okay. But here's what I'm getting at. There's something out there that's called the 21-foot rule. And what the 21-foot rule is, you have your attacker, you have yourself, right? And you have approximately 21 feet, give or take, right, to close the gap, or 1.5 seconds within 21 feet to close that gap before that attacker can get to you. That means you have approximately 1.2 to 1 second to draw your firearm to stop that threat if your backup is against the wall, right? If it's not, that means you can go ahead and maybe create a little bit of distance if you're thinking, right? Which means if you're here, he's here, right? There's 21 feet behind you, he's coming, you can back up a little bit and take your shot. Gives you a little bit more time, right? Why do I say that? Because from a tactical perspective, with that ICE officer, right, Renee Good, and it doesn't make any difference whether her wheels were turned to the side, whether they were turned to the left or turned to the right or whatever. We know they were pointing right at him, okay? Her front grill was pointed right at him, okay? He was probably about 2 feet away. Why do I say that? Because that means he had no time to create any distance, to get out of the way. If you look at the video, she stepped on the gas, the wheels were spinning, took traction, and he had no way to get out of the way. Okay? Now, from his side, in an imminent threat, you have approximately 0.8 of a second to make that decision and act on it. Okay? He didn't have, he probably had about 0.8 of a second, and less. And if you look at it, if you time his draw, it was probably less than a second that he drew and fired. He did what he was trained to do. Okay, he was in an imminent threat situation, right? And he had to make that decision in less than a second, right? So that being said, you know, he had no choice. He couldn't get out of the way. She stepped on it, right? I don't think she intended to kill him, but that's the way it ended. He was lawful in his actions, right? Whether you think so or not, right? The law states that a vehicle can be used as a weapon. It's a 4,000-pound car coming at you. She stepped on the gas, obviously with 2 feet away, right, and no reaction time, and no way to create distance with that. He had no choice. And as it came out today, right, that he did suffer some internal injuries, and internal injuries don't always show up right away, right? So they might show up a few days later, as it did. And so we found out today that he does have some internal injuries. I don't know what the extent of them are, right? But there's video out there where he clearly took a pretty good hit to the front, right? Again, this is from a pure tactical perspective. He had no choice but to do what he had to do. Okay, now he didn't know whether she was going to kill him or not, right? She might not have wanted to kill him. I don't think she did, but he didn't know that. So his first reaction is, I'm going to stop this threat, and I don't have any time to do it in. You know, I have that short a time to make that decision, right? And then act on that decision, right? Which is literally, like I said, about 0.8 of a second. That's no time at all. Anyway, I wanted to get that out of there. That's from a perspective that I haven't heard yet. If you guys have any questions, hit me up down below. All right.